savor these quiet moments when you've got them to do other sides of the business that aren't necessarily hands-on or selling a service.
The Massage and Physical Therapist Talk Show, brought to you by Massage Warehouse.
Massage and Physical Therapist Talk Show, episode 13. It's a nice cozy one today. We've got myself and Claire King. Claire, how are you doing?
I'm very well. I'm very good. It's sunny in London, so that's exciting. Is it sunny where you are?
It's sunny in Manchester for once, which is, I got the washing on. I got all my towels on the line yesterday.
Me too. That is a joy, isn't it?
Every therapist's dream.
Yeah, I'm like, get the washing done. Yeah.
Literally, I was like, filling the machine with my towels before my missus had any time to put anything else in there, so that I could get all my towels in first.
Same.
And all my towels are orange for bit of branding and all that. You know what it's like. And so on towel day for me, the whole garden with the sun shining on them is like just radiating in the colour orange. It's the neighbours must look out with the sunglasses on, like, oh, it's that time of the.
I like it.
But nothing beats it, does it? And then it's just something about. I know people aren't listening to us now just to get the ins and outs of my towel washing regime, but this is the important info that people just need to
totally. Then a 10-minute tumble dry to stop the crunch.
Oh, I've not got a tumble dryer.
Yeah,
I'm missing the trick there, aren't I? But you know what? Yeah, maybe I can aspire to those lofty heights. When I'm a bit more seasoned and a bit more of a pro. But I just like the freshness of hanging them out.
It's good. It
makes such a difference, doesn't it?
We could talk about this for probably 30 minutes, I reckon.
Well, to be honest, most conversations I see on the Facebook group tends to be mainly about how people wash the towels.
Yeah, and where'd you get your towels? Yeah, totally.
Does anyone have any hints and tips of how to keep them crunchy fresh? And you've just given it away.
10 minutes in the tumble dryer.
Job done. Right.
Don't look at how much that costs you, but 10 minutes in the tumble dryer.
Should we end the podcast now? Because I feel like that's the answer to all questions. Our
work is done, guys. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, this could be an answer to one of the questions on today's topic, because we are looking at what to do when your schedule suddenly becomes empty.
Yes.
So maybe we could end this whole question and debate with wash your towels.
Wash your towels. Yeah.
Stick them in tumble dryer for 10 minutes for crunchy fresh at the end.
Totally.
So it's a big question, isn't it? Because obviously every therapist really wants to be hands-on as much as possible, because that's kind of the bread and butter, isn't it? That's, client comes to see you, you treat client goes, you get paid.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be lovely if it was just that and it just kept doing that and you didn't have to do anything else? That would be great.
It would, wouldn't it? But you'd burn out, I think, wouldn't you?
No,
because
true,
I wouldn't be able to just do that every day.
Yeah.
I like doing different things as well.
Yeah.
And
true.
I think variety is the spice of life, as they say, and too much of one thing can sort of become tiring in the end. So it just depends how long you want to.
Yeah.
How many hours you want to do.
Totally. I think though, that question, when your schedule becomes empty, is I don't know about you, but I'm very grateful that it doesn't happen that often. But when I had a week, I call it a freak week, and I had a week, when was it? It was in April, I think. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I go straight to, oh my goodness, what have I done? I really do. Oh my God. And I know that's not reality, but I go straight to, oh my goodness, what has happened? And I think it does now, that doesn't last very long, but I think, the first thing I thought of with around this topic was just breathe, just take a moment and breathe. I was really thinking about self-care as well as the actual kind of practicalities of it as well. Because I don't know about you, but I feel like it's a bit scary when things go a bit quiet.
Well, it is in the world of self-employed. You've got to kind of worry, aren't you, when your diary gets suddenly empty? I mean, obviously I need the money and I've got bills to pay, but I quite like it sometimes.
Yeah. When I stop that panic and then I kind of settle into it, I'm like, do you know what? This is really good, because I've got a week to do, or, you know, or however long it might last. And then what normally happens is I think, oh, I've got this time to do this. And then suddenly I'll get 3 bookings in for, you know, 3 days time. So I would say, you know, it's good. I guess we're going to cover that today, kind of what to do in those down times, aren't we? Like the downtime moments.
Do you get seasonal bookings, or are you just an all-rounder kind of?
No, I don't. So if I would almost, I think it would feel easier if it was seasonal quietness, but it doesn't work like that for me. It seems to be no rhyme or reason when things go a bit quiet. So I think that's when it can start to be a bit like, oh, what's happening? But as I said, I'm grateful because it doesn't happen that often.
Well, I get the seasonal thing, but obviously I work on the canal boat, don't I? So obviously weather does play a part in my work on the boat.
Yeah.
Because obviously if it's freezing and the depths of winter, people are less likely to want to go out to a canal boat, you know.
Yeah.
Although it does draw some in, because then they know, oh, the fire's gonna be on, you know, like, and it's cozy and it's warm and stuff. But it's that kind of, you park up and there is that short walk to the boat, and you are in the kind of, you know, out in the elements a little bit.
Yeah.
And that is all part of it as far as I'm concerned. You know, it's that walk up to the boat, you're getting in there, you've got to pass some sheep at the fence. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it adds to the duck. You might have to stand and wait for the ducks to just cross over the path. You know, it kind of adds to the
gosh, total opposite to where I am, but it sounds lovely.
But it is seasonal in a sense, you know, and that's fine. I'm fine with that, because
you know,
I'm prepared for it, you know. And I guess that's what we're talking today about, is how you can prepare for quiet patches. I mean, I've always found as well, it depends how much you work and how many hours you work a day, but I often find that if you've got like 10 solid clients that like to come either every fortnight or at least every 4 weeks, there's always that sort of revolving.
You're never cycle.
You never really end up having a week with no one. Because you've always got that cycle just
the regulars
going round, and they keep you afloat, don't they, these regulars?
Yes, absolutely.
But it's when they stop coming.
And
so there's many reasons, isn't there? Because it's like you said, you think, oh God, what have I done? But you've not done anything. At the end of the day, costs are going up. Everyone's got to pay money on, you know, unexpected bills might come in. And they think, well, what, you know, well, I just won't be able to do that this month because I've just not got the money for it.
Totally.
And obviously that directly then impacts you as the therapist. But there's not much you can do about that. It's like if you ran a restaurant, you know, it's people go out for a meal. If they can't afford it, they don't go.
Yeah, totally. I guess that's like on to our first question, isn't it? Which was how can we use the time to build stronger relationships with existing clients? So, I mean, I the first thing, I think, if I was quiet and my regulars kind of weren't around as well, I would be emailing them. Just, you know, do like a check-in, like, how are you doing? Obviously look at their notes, like you know, how's your shoulder? Hope it's on the mend. You know, how are you doing? And I would, you know, I'd probably do a blanket to all of them, because if you've got the free time, then why not put in that bit of effort? And I find that really works. Like, you know, you might get a couple of people that say, oh, actually, that's really reminded me that I need to come. Have you got a space? And it works.
Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant, isn't it? And I mean, I don't know if you ever use the functions on Fresher, for instance.
I do. I've
done now and again. I mean, this is one of the paid it costs you whatever. Well, they do like a text blast thing. And I've actually used that now and again when I've been quiet. And you get so many for free, but if you've got loads of clients on there, then they charge you like 10p. I don't know what it is, 10p per text or whatever. So all in all, it might cost you, if you've got 100 clients on your database, like a tenner or something.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, I'll give that a go. Yeah. And it's a short text, but it goes to the mobile phone of the client as an proper old school text, which you know they're going to read then, because you always read a text when it comes in, because you don't often just get a text, because everything's on WhatsApp and email nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, because you hear, well, I don't know about you, but I hear the noise. I'm like, who's that?
Yeah, what's going on here?
Text me.
And just getting a text, just a short text, just saying space available this week, you know, is enough to, you know, and the way I see that, if one client then books in because of that,
totally,
then it's worth it, because it's a client you weren't get in for that week.
It's obviously an expense, a business expense. So although it's an outlay, it's not costing you anything. And the second thing I'd say to that is, if you don't have, even if you don't have a booking platform, just do the text yourself or do the email, and just, I would really say it's worth it. And I think sometimes you can think, oh, I don't want to hassle people. It's really not hassling at all. It's just, if you get, like you said, if you get a couple of clients out of it, it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. Would you advise doing offers and things like that then when you're quiet? I really don't like doing offers.
Do you know what? I never offer and I never discount. And I did actually, for the first time in like a gazillion years, offer a 10% discount through somebody that I was networking with, and she was brilliant. I'd given her a free treatment, and she said, oh, should I offer my clients that I recommend you to a discount? And I said, oh yeah, it was a small group. And as soon as I did it, I was like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. I just don't, and for some people it's fine. I just don't like to do it because I think my service is worth it. And so I would say don't. That I would say don't. Just value what you offer.
I think for the greater good of the community as well, of therapists, is if you've got people offer, because I guess it's not for us to say if you've got a quiet week and you need totally. it's going to put food on the table, then you've just got to do what you've got to do to get people in, then that's absolutely fine. But wanting to pay the discounted rate.
I mean, I would always offer a bit of extra time. Like if you have, I have my own space, so I can do that. So I would rather say, at the moment I'm giving 15 extra minutes of whatever it is. And for me, that's better because I'm not giving a work, they're paying the same. I'm giving them a little bit of extra time. And it just, I think that works for me. I know not everybody is in that situation.
No, but I think that's a great idea actually, because if you've got a quiet week and a blank schedule in your treatment space, to put something out to clients saying, listen, all 60-minute sessions booked this week, get 75 minutes.
Totally. That is an offer in itself, isn't it?
And to be honest, when you're there doing an hour's treatment, whatever that might be, massage, whether reflexology, doesn't matter what type of modality you're doing there, but to do an extra 15 minutes,
it's nothing for you.
Sometimes it's nice because you run out of time in an hour anyway. I find oftenly, and you're often thinking, I wish I just had an extra 15 minutes here. So if you've got a blank schedule for the day, just to allow an extra 15 minutes per client, if it's going to get them through the door, it's great. And then you're not lowering your price and making them expect that they can pay cheaper all the time then. So I think that's a great thing. But I was thinking as well, obviously a lot of therapists, and you see it, and it's probably in this line of work, not everyone's great business people, are they, when that are therapists? They're great with the hands-on work, been doing it for God knows how many years, but the whole sitting at a laptop and running the business side of things is what a lot of people I find aren't too comfortable with.
It's a challenge,
But I like to do a lot of that stuff when I'm quiet.
Yes.
Because it's things like getting your social media up to scratch, all these things that you're not necessarily at that moment in time being paid for. But if you see the bigger picture, that is paying you. Because that is going to build your company, your business, your brand long term.
I think it always comes back round, doesn't it? Even like whatever you're offering, even if at the time you think, oh, this is taking a lot of time and am I doing the right things? It's taking up so much time. But I always think it comes back round. It comes back to you. It absolutely will. Even if it's 6 months or a year, it will come back to you. So it's worth putting the effort in the slow times, definitely.
Just having an hour sat on Canva, making up a load of like square sized Instagram posts, with different things on, information about what massage treatments you do or whatever, and just getting them, scheduling them and having all them go out throughout the week, just building that. It's like, that's a brilliant thing to do when you're not working hands-on.
The Massage and Physical Therapist talk show is brought to you by Massage Warehouse. Run by therapists for therapists, we're committed to solving common issues you might encounter in your massage therapy practice. Here at Massage Warehouse, we understand how important your massage table is to you and how much you try to keep your table protected. Oh! However, accidents can happen. The last thing any therapist wants to see is an unsightly tear, rip, or mark on their table. Not only do these marks look bad, there is a chance that they will grow and cause even more damage to your table. Many therapists think they'll have to replace their entire table. However, we have a solution. Introducing our massage table adhesive repair patches, the simple way to fix tears and prevent further damage to your table. To use the patch, first clean around the area of the tear for any dust or dirt using a dry cloth. Next, peel off the back of the patch. After this, carefully apply the patch over the tear. Finally, smooth around the edges of the repair patch for perfect application. And your table should be repaired and good to go. Our patches come in 3 different colours: black, navy and cream. We have different size repair patches available, and should you have a uniquely shaped tear on your upholstery, we can create a custom size repair patch for you. Check out our website massagewarehouse.co.uk to see the full range. Now back to the show.
The other thing I was going to say as well is, you know, on the lines of communication in the quiet periods, excuse me, is if you do write a newsletter, if it's time to write a newsletter, get one out with like an added bonus of record a self-care massage video, like a 5-minute massage video, and put in the title, free massage video for you. So it's got more of a chance of people opening it. And it's so easy to do. You can just, you know, do it on your phone, upload it, just a little, you know, massage of like the neck and shoulders, and people love that stuff. I do it on a regular basis. I would say, and they, you know, the click rate of opening is really high, and not that I'm really into analytics, but you know, I can see it, and they like it, and it's a bonus for them, and gets them to open it, and then you can say, I've got appointments this week, or please get your appointments booked in. You know, if you like this video and you know your shoulders are really sore, this is absolutely what I can help you with. You know, that kind of thing I think is really helpful.
Do you use MailChimp for like mailing lists? Yeah,
I do.
Because that's something I don't do enough, to be honest. I can't remember the last time I did a take a breather mail out.
You see, I do it in.
I should schedule it in. I know I should, and I'm telling people now that they should. But
I do it. I do it every month. In lockdown, I did it every week because I had nothing to do. And actually, that was brilliant because I know this is a long time ago, but it was brilliant. I did it every single week. And then when we came back to work, I was completely full because people had read my newsletter every week. And it was also, I don't know what really I put in there, but all sorts of things and massage videos and things like that. But yeah, I do it every month religiously.
Well, I had I guess this is the same with like a blog as well, because I was obviously reading up and having a blog on your website constantly with new stuff going on in it. It adds different words to your site, and that'll help push your site higher up the search engines.
That's what I don't do, and I need to do.
Yeah. Well, with that, so I had a really interesting conversation in a previous episode that people can check out if they've not already, and it was about using AI functions.
Oh yeah, AI is amazing.
Yeah, and it blew my mind because I'll be honest, I'd never even been on ChatGPT or whatever you call it before. So I thought after that session, I'll try this, you know, as a newbie, I'll give it a try. So I wrote what I wanted in the blog and wrote it as if it was me writing it. Yeah. But I'll be honest, I'm not great sometimes. I've never been diagnosed with dyslexia, but I think I probably definitely would be if I get things muddled up, words muddled up, blah, blah, blah. So I wrote what I wanted in this thing, and it was all like my words and kind of
your style. You know,
but I wrote it all in and then said basically, you know, and it kind of just rejigged it around so it formatted better.
You just put in make it better.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, it's
and it added extra bits, stuff that I kind of reworded things the way I was trying to get it across, but it obviously understood that it knew how to do it better than me. Yeah. And then you just basically copy and paste that into your blog post, and it cut the time well down.
It's really good. Obviously, well, it's good for everything, but it's really good for Instagram posts as well.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I'd done the visuals on Canva, and then I just went, tired, whatever. I just went a bit blank, like, oh, what am I going to put? What am I going to write? And then I, put a bit into chat thingy, whatever it's called, and then I said, make this. Like something like, so it sells the treatments more or more succinctly, and it just gave me loads of words, and I didn't use it exactly, but I took chunks of it, and I took some of it gave me the words, whereas my brain, because I've been working all day, I was like, I don't have the words, and it was great. And then I just got it on, and I was like, okay, that'll do for now.
It's a brilliant tool, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
I always worry about things like that, but then I think, well, if you're using it to help you,
Totally, yeah.
then you may as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that we're saying, even if you're not, or you don't think you're great at this stuff, then you have tools now that can really help you with it. And it's just really good to get communication out there, get some social posts out there. I think I've said it before, just plonk some things on, see what happens, see what works.
I was thinking as well, something that every therapist should probably do when they're quiet is, there's a lot of companies that have like healthcare packages for their staff. Like Simply Health is an example I can think of off the top of my head. Because I go into some care homes and do reflexology for the supported people that live in these houses, but the staff that work there, they're all on this Simply Health package, and most companies have something similar for their staff. And on there, it allows them something like 2 treatments a year for like reflexology or sports massage. Some are more strict than others, so some don't allow therapeutic massage, for instance, but they'd allow sports massage or reflexology. I guess they see it as it's more clinical, maybe, or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But some allow just standard massage as well. And basically, it's as simple as they can book in with you, they pay, and you just give them a receipt, and they'll upload that receipt to their app, and then they get their money back. So it's cost them nothing. So there's a lot of people out there that have this Simply Health. If you do sit and do your research on the different healthcare sort of packages that businesses use, so you could literally put posts out saying, do you have Simply Health? Do you have whatever? Did you know you're entitled to
that's a brilliant idea.
£80 worth of treatments each year, and if it's not used, it just disappears and then resets. So a lot of people, it's not costing them anything to come and see you.
Yeah. Well, there's my next post. I mean, there we go. Thank you.
There you go. So, and it's brilliant, because at the end of the day,
I have quite a few clients that have that facility, like a certain amount every year. But to actually advertise that and say, did you know that if you have, because a lot of people probably won't.
Or they forget they've got it, and then think, oh God, mine's about to. I mean, I've had a few, like I have all the staff from the places I go into to treat the supported people. I have all the staff using theirs to come and see me when they're off in the evening, or when they've got a day off, for instance, they come and book in, because it's not costing them anything.
And then also, like, if you find the one person, but not the one person, but if you find one person from a company, they're going to tell all their other companies.
That's how it started with me.
Yeah.
One of them used theirs and then just said to their mate at work, oh, you know how easy that was? Literally, they paid me the same day.
Brilliant.
I paid, submitted my receipt, and then they sent me the money straight back in the same day. So it's a no-brainer. So that's a way of finding new clients as well. And what I found is some people like that, once they've used their allocation of their free thing from work, they enjoy the session that much that they want to then just come back anyway, and they'll pay themselves.
Yeah.
So there's a load of new clients for you. And it's probably a good way of getting in with the company as well, because if they see all their staff are using their benefits, like that, or perks, whatever you want to call it, with this specific person, they might then be like, oh, maybe we should increase that, because everyone's talking about it in the office. Everyone's saying, maybe we should give all staff a monthly voucher.
Yeah, that's a good reminder. Yeah.
Which then leads me on to gift vouchers as well, because I feel if you're empty and quiet, I know we're throwing so much stuff at everyone here, but hopefully some of it resonates with people listening. But sitting and doing some post advertising gift vouchers could be a good shout, because at the end of the day, people paying you there and then for that hour's massage, and it's got 6 months validity on it.
It's
so
another one to put on like a newsletter title if you you know, just to advertise that. Don't forget gift vouchers, or
well, there's so many occasions, isn't there? You know, you can be like, it's, Father's Day,
if you time it right, it's good.
If you plan it, I'm normally the opposite. I forget and think, oh God, it's Mother's Day tomorrow, and then I do a quick post on Instagram saying like, if any last minute present ideas.
But that often works really well. Sometimes it works better. The last minute, I get a lot of last minute.
I get so many like blokes.
That
are like, oh, I've forgotten it's Mother's Day tomorrow. Can I buy a voucher for me, on behalf of my daughter, for my mum? Yeah, for a mum. And they get it emailed to them straight away, and they just fold it up, put it in a card. They put it in the card, and there's their gift sorted. And just so selling gift vouchers is a way you could fill a week's worth of treatments just selling gift vouchers. And I'll be honest, if you often find as well, obviously you want them to use them, because if they use them, then chances are they'll then become regular clients. That's what you want. But I've had so many over the years where people have bought vouchers and they've never been redeemed.
Yeah, me too. Too. So,
that's nothing to do with me. I don't even know who someone buys it and you don't even have a clue who they're giving it to.
Yeah, absolutely. Gift vouchers is a good one.
I'd rather they came, because I'd rather them then become a regular client.
And then you've got more chance than being a regular client, spreading the word of mouth, of course. Yeah.
But either way, that's another great way of sitting down and doing something, being proactive. I think being proactive is the key word.
Absolutely. And another thing I think is really good, like if you are quiet and you've tried all the things, or even if you haven't, I would say find someone good, like a good connector, someone that will talk about you, and say to them, I'd like to give you a free treatment. And in exchange, if you can put up a Google review. And if you had a quiet week, you did 3 of those, you've got 3 new Google reviews. And if you can't give it totally free, just say to them, all you need to do is pay my room rent, or you could split it, or however you feel comfortable. But I would say a free treatment, for a Google review is really worth it.
Yeah.
And, even better if you have someone that will talk about your free treatment, maybe on socials, but also just, if you know someone that's like a good connector, good networker, I would say find that person. And that's exactly what I've just done. It happened really organically, and she got in touch with me and I was like, come and have a free treatment. And she's lovely. And I know that it's going to work. And it has already. And I would say it's really good. And then you've got more Google reviews, and they're really good to have, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I would say as well, if you've got a quiet patch, a quiet week, and all of the stuff we've just mentioned, you've either been doing or whatever, just get on top of your accounts and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Because I've just had to do mine in a panic because someone sprung it on me. I would say absolutely.
Because it creeps up on you, doesn't it?
Totally.
So savor these quiet moments when you've got them to do other sides of the business that aren't necessarily hands-on or selling selling a service.
Yeah, and also I would say do I like to call it an aesthetics audit. So like go into your treatment space, or if you can, if you're renting, like maybe go in and just look at it through a client's eyes, not your eyes, and go in like, is there anything that's a bit grubby? It's hard if it's like not your space, but is there anything that's not quite right? Is there anything I could improve? Could I bring something in? Could I bring in a fake plant that's like really nice if you've got if you're renting it once a week? Or how are my towels? Like, honestly, how are my towels? And even if you have to spend, it's okay, because it's a business expense and it will be really worth it. And I would just say, have like a bit of a like fresh eyes on something. I think that's a really good time to do it.
It's just going back to this being proactive, isn't it? Filling the time with stuff that's related to your business and what you're doing, and making the most of having that time, because there will be guaranteed you'll then get really busy again, and you'll be like getting in a flap because you've not got time to keep up on top of your accounts, sorting out your receipts and invoices and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Just get all that boring stuff done while you're quiet.
Yeah.
and use that time.
And plan as well. So, you know, if you've got that time, like you said, get some posts. If it's not your best thing, which is definitely not mine, just get on Canva, you know, put a few in, put some ideas in, get on AI, you know, just you know, get some posts so that when you do get busy, you can just pop one on like every week or whatever you do, you know. I would say, yeah, get, like you said, proactive and get some action going. And I think it's so helpful.
I enjoy that time because I actually enjoy sometimes knowing that I've got a day where I'm not working, but I am working, and I sit and just drink coffee and I sit at the laptop
Yes.
and I've got the
Yes.
radio on
Yeah.
and
And
I'm
it
just
feels
ticking
really
away at
productive.
my to-do list. You know, I'm catching
Yeah.
up with emails,
Yeah.
you know, all them bits. It's quite nice to just be sat having an office day for once.
Totally.
I enjoy it.
And also, I think if you have a quiet period and you do all the things and you're busy again, when you next have a quiet period, because it will happen, you can kind of have you know, be really pleased with yourself that you've done all the things. Like you don't have to think, oh, I didn't do that and I didn't do that and I didn't, because you have. And I think that's really helpful for your mindset and your mental health. I think that's really, really helpful.
I think, and the final thing with that as well, because we have give loads of hints and tips
We
here of
have.
what to do. And I'm sure people will probably just need to listen to this in sections and just note them all down bit by bit. But
Yeah.
if you do have a quiet patch as well, don't be afraid to have a day off.
Oh,
Do
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, what a joy. What a
Yeah.
joy to have a day
Just
off.
have a day
Yes.
off.
Yeah. And know that that is so important for
Yeah.
yourself.
Just
Yeah.
having one day of doing no work
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah.
I know we're self-employed, but we work, when you think about it, because we're self-employed, we never really get a day off normally because we're always responding to messages and we're, you know, doing stuff 7 days a week. So to have a day off from your business completely off, I mean, talking, not checking your emails, going out doing some nice things, go for a walk, you know, go to the cafe and have a, you know, have some lunch, or if you can, you know, just have a coffee or just sit in the garden, just whatever, you know, have a day off. And you're not meant to feel guilty because you've not got any clients and you sat there doing now. Have a duvet day.
Yeah.
Stick films on and stay in bed all day if you want.
Lovely.
Do you know what I mean? How often do we ever get a chance to do that?
No. Yeah, that's really good. Good tips.
So I'm saying not do that every single day. If you've got like you know,
but don't
3
feel
weeks
guilty.
of no bookings.
Don't feel guilty about it.
Yeah. You know, one day in bed's not going to do you any harm. I'm not saying don't get out of bed for 3 weeks because Chris told you, you know, to have a day off. But just enjoy it.
Totally.
Because the busy times will come, and then you're going to be thinking, God, when was the last time I had a line and then went for a coffee in the local cafe and went for a little walk and you know.
Yeah.
And that's so important to recharge the batteries isn't it?
Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. And just one other thing I wanted to say was just talk to everybody about what you do. I find, and not in a showy off way, but just talk to everyone that you meet, or try and talk to everybody about what you do, because you'll be surprised. Like even friends might not know what you do. And the more people that know what you do, I don't know, at your gym class, at the local coffee shop, you know, start a conversation, tell people what you do. And that person might just, you know, later on in the day say, oh, I've just met this person and they do craniosacral therapy. And actually, you know, do you know what I mean? Like just talk to people all the time. That's what I do anyway. I find it really helpful.
do you because I know you set up that clinic, didn't you?
The affordable clinic.
Yeah. Is that still running well? Is that
yeah. That's over 2.5 years now. Yeah.
So while that's running, is there stuff running there when you're not there?
Yes, because it's a space that we rent.
Yeah.
So we just rent the space for, you know, a couple of days a month.
Oh, so is that something that you'll only earn if you're there doing the work?
Absolutely.
Or is that something you've built? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was just going to say there's obviously the other thing as well is, you know, as you progress and build up your therapy business, you know, there's ways of gaining income and revenue streams of when you're not actually there doing the hands-on work yourself as well. Isn't it, you know, something that some people might suit some people in a sense of you know, for using myself as an example, I've got some corporate clients. Used to have loads actually pre-COVID. That quietened off a bit, but that's fine because I didn't rely on that as one thing, you know. But I do have a team of therapists out in places
Yeah.
So there might be a day where I'm not working hands-on myself, but I've got 2 of my team out at different companies.
Yeah.
And I'm just checking in with the company and doing a couple of emails and just making sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
You know, and having these different little bits and bobs obviously takes the pressure off a little bit when you are quiet in one field, because you've got other stuff going on as well.
Yeah.
So that's something people could always look at is you know.
Yeah, that's what I do. I rent out my room. Well, I say rent out my room. I've got a team of 2 now, so it's really good. Yeah.
So renting out your space for other, not to give your own work away, but there's different types of therapists that do things that you don't, for instance, and you could get them in for a day a week. Renting the chair, if you like, a bit like what a hairstylist would do. And that helps pay towards the rent. It takes the pressure off,
and then you can really have a duvet day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you become Elon Musk in no time. You have thousands of room rentals across London and wherever.
I think I feel like we've given quite a lot of good stuff today. Well, I hope we have.
Well, it's inspired me, to be honest. I mean, I've got a quiet day today.
You've given me a new Insta post. That's brilliant. Thank you.
It's all stuff that I like to say. Half the time we talk about this stuff, and I end up giving myself ideas most of the time. Yeah. Everything I say, I don't do all of this stuff.
No, same.
So I'm not like a messiah of the social lands and all that. I'm far from it. I know what I probably should be doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know exactly what I should be doing, and I try to do all the stuff, but
So anyone listening, anyone listening thinking, God, how do they do all that? Well, here's the answer. We don't, but we know we should.
Yeah.
So you just do what you can. Do what you can. Be proactive. Fill any time you've got with all the mundane bits that need doing that you can't normally do when you're busy, and then enjoy a day off if
Absolutely.
And I feel that is in a nutshell.
Have you got a day off today, Chris?
I should have had a day off today. But I then booked this in with you, which I'm not complaining about. So it's nice to be here.
I've got half a day off today, so that's nice. And I'm going to sit in my garden and enjoy.
Well, I'm going to the cafe for a meeting, which is being proactive on a day off. And then I ended up squeezing a client in. I don't normally work on a Thursday on the boat, but they were messaging me going, "Oh, any chance of a slot this week?" And I thought, "Oh, well, Thursday's quiet." And then I was half thinking, I
it's such a tough one.
I got it in my head that I had that day, and I thought I had the afternoon. The little one's in nursery, so I've got like a quiet house, And then I just thought, but I am quiet.
Yeah.
So I'll book you in.
Yeah.
It's a 90-minute treatment as well, so it's
that's a good. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like a good 90-minute treatment because it's kind of you're there, and it's So I am working. I'm doing I'm practicing what I preach. I filled the quiet space.
Enjoy your cafe meeting.
I will do. I'm going to go and have a nice coffee, and I'm going to plan my attack for the rest of the summer.
Me too.
Well, Claire, what I would say is any questions that come in to me or you, they'll be on the comments. We can respond to these. I finally figured out how to go on the YouTube and look in the comments and respond to them myself as well. So there's questions, believe it or not, there's questions and stuff people put on the it's interesting.
Apologies if I haven't answered any questions, and I shall get on that. But if anybody wants to look me up or DM me directly, you can do that on Claire King Therapies.
Brilliant.
That's my Insta handle.
Make sure everyone listening likes and subscribes. These sessions, obviously, I think we capped episode 12 as being the last one of this bunch, but they're going so well. Everyone's enjoying all the content. It seems to be helping a lot of therapists, and we're all just having a lovely chat and a good time. So it's just going to continue for now. So episode 14 will follow at some point after this one as well. So we'll keep going. We'll do a marathon and see how far we can take it. Awesome. Right. Well, Claire, it's been lovely to see you. It's been a while, and I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. Take care.
Yeah, you too. And we will see you hopefully on a future episode soon.
See you later. Take care. Bye.
The Massage and Physical Therapist Talk Show. We discuss the talking points that matter to you, the therapist. A lot of work goes into creating the talk shows, and we'd be very grateful if you can choose Massage Warehouse when shopping for massage supplies so we can continue to create these amazing podcasts. Massage Warehouse is your one-stop shop for massage supplies and does great work supporting our wonderful community. Until next time,